are. In this world, tap like and subscribe. We cover cryptocurrency, particularly XRP. We're going to cover XRP this morning. Duh. We're going to cover XRP this morning. We're going to cover this simple. Okay, here's the deal. We're not into tribalism here on the channel, and that's not what this episode is for. This episode, very clearly to state that this episode is to describe differences between cryptocurrencies. They each have benefits and uses. Some overlap, sure, but most of them kind of swim in their own lane. And, we're going to lay that out for you this morning here, or wherever, whatever time it is for you. Some folks are in the UK. Some folks it's afternoon for you. Some in Australia. Yeah, no. Welcome back into the channel, everybody who hops in here to check out and get the latest updates on crypto. Here's the deal. We're going to break down the big three: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. No, I did not mean to rhyme. You'll see I do it from time to time. That time I did. Now, here's the dilly willies. Not to most people's surprise, XRP has been, let's just say, well, if you don't want to say suppressed, you can certainly say it's been lagging in its price action. Yeah. And everybody's been waiting for it, and we know we've had some suppression. I understand. Here's the thing. Bitcoin was promised to be a peer-to-peer digital cash. Fail. Switched over to store of value. Another fail. Look at being accurate. This is not to start crap with Bitcoin people. And it's also not to say that Bitcoin's not very valuable, because it is. Obviously. See? So you thought I was on that other side. No, I love Bitcoin. You see? Are you starting to see the truth? And that is exactly what we're seeing, is the truth. This is what we lay out for you here on the channel, is the truth, because I'm sick of the crap. See? You get no bull crap here. This is one of the few channels you come to, anybody will come to, if you do, and fact positive that you're going to get the facts here. And we're going to be 99%, to be factual, you're going to get about 99.9% if that isn't a twist. And, right, you're going to get 99.9% of facts, because sometimes we make mistakes. Everybody does. Nobody's perfect, right? Our mission is to be factual. Now, here's the deal. Bitcoin was supposed to be a peer-to-peer cash. How can it do that? Well, the Lightning Network, with some help, it can, right? It can get some help from, what's his name, Jack Maurer, that kid with the baseball cap on backwards. So he's screaming at the top of his lungs about Bitcoin. How's that guy get on CNN and Fox News and so forth? That little guy, that guy's awesome. Jack Maurer, I think his name is. Yeah, that's the Lightning Network guy, I think. Yep. God bless him. Good for him. And I don't mean no ill by that at all, because that sounded negative. Jack Muller is kind of like that baseball cap on backwards guy. He's now turned into the kind of like the finance, suit and tie guy now, which is cool. The guy grows. So yeah, I'm good for Jack Muller and good for Bitcoin. Now look at this. Isn't to be tribalistic, and I mean that. God bless, because he helped us all move forward, and we owe a lot to someone like Jack Muller. It's true. So Bitcoin was designed to be peer-to-peer cash, digital cash. Here's the deal. We know we can't do it. We know it can't do it. We know it takes like, 6-8 minutes for it to actually settle. Now, we have things like AMP on the Flexa network, which can be used to go ahead and purchase. You can purchase your coffee over at Dunkin' Donuts or whatever it is. Get the heck out of there. Pay with your Bitcoin. And AMP's got you. AMP takes care of the collateralizing. It's a collateralizing token. It takes care of the insurance and it settles pretty quickly, so you can get your coffee and get out of there. And AMP token, never financial advice, by the way. Do your own research on the Flexa network. We'll go ahead and settle that coffee transaction in Bitcoin very quickly and get you out the door. And then Bitcoin, will still not do it on its own, and that's kind of what the point is. In reality, they're 10-minute block times-ish, 8 to 10 minutes. Fees spike into double digits for Bitcoin. A system that handles about 7 transactions per second. This is not going to work as a digital cash, guys. Come on. We all know this. Even Bitcoin folk cannot even, they just, come on. People who love the Bitcoin, love it, have to, of course, just kind of keep that mouth closed when people say this, because there's no retorts to this. There's no comeback to this. The system handles 7 transactions per second. That can't work when we have billions of people in the world, right? So fail. And it's okay. Fail on that end, on what it's trying to be there. Okay. Not a digital money at scale. It can't be. Lightning Network can help, but it's complicated, of course. It depends on some intermediaries and things. Liquidity routes are going to fail on you. It's not going to be that cheap like they had said it would be. And I'm not being negative here at all. I'm being positive here, and I'm being truthful. Adoption is very thin on that, and there's bigger issues here. Bitcoin's price is, propped up by Tether. Tether is backed by U.S. Treasuries. So Bitcoin is not a hedge against the system. So again, it's tangled in with the system, and that kind of kills that store of value narrative, and nobody's seeing this. I've heard nobody talk about this, and I didn't say anything untrue. Why can't anybody see this link and talk about it? Nobody's told me I'm wrong yet. I haven't had one person with the cojones to tell me that I am actually wrong about that, because we all know that it's true. It's all well known. That's price is propped up by Tether, and that Tether has to buy U.S. Treasuries to keep its one-to-one backing. So it's connected to the U.S. system, monetary system, the U.S. Financial system, the Treasury system, the Treasury. Oh, that's just the government. No, that all plays into, that's all part of the recipe of how our monetary system works here in the United States. Come on. That kills the store of value narrative. So it's a fail on that too. And I don't want to wake up that day. I want to make sure I got all my cryptos out and I'm in bear market mode when that happens, ready to buy when the world finds that one out. I don't know why I know why, because nobody wants this thing to fall apart. Neither do I. So whatever. When everybody finds that out, hopefully I'm out of crypto largely, or ready to hop in a large way. Now let's cover Ethereum, also a failure. Sorry, Ethereum, you're a winner in certain aspects, but you are not achieving what you set out to be, and you can never do it, and you know you can't. And here's the dilly why. Ethereum's promise versus reality. The world's computer, quote unquote, okay, and is operating in that way and doing a great job, by the way. We owe a lot to Ethereum, and I'm going to do the same thing here with Ethereum. I love Ethereum. I want Ethereum to kill it. I want Ethereum to do so well that I just want Ethereum to do great, okay? The chain for smart contracts, DAOs, DeFi, and NFTs. It promised global finance on a single decentralized layer. But in practice, that can't be a reality. Ethereum was never architected to handle this kind of a load, much less the load that is getting ready to come. Ethereum, guys, I'm sorry if you bought all your Ethereum. It's not I can't help that you did not see the writing on the wall with Ethereum moving forward over the next years, that Ethereum will be our Netscape, our Yahoo. Transaction fees are wild from 20 to, and nobody wants to be shouting that too loudly now because they want everybody else to jump in so that those folks can be their exit liquidity and they can get out unscathed with Ethereum. In fact, more than unscathed, make tons of money on Ethereum because they spend a lot of money on it and they're waiting for this thing to kick. And everybody else is saying, Frank, be quiet because the altcoin season can't kick in until all the money goes into Ethereum. So shh, be quiet about that. Nobody says that has to happen. This money could leave Bitcoin. Bitcoin could never even have an all-time high. And this utility run could absolutely just start with, not a financial advisor, XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, VChain, Algo, IOTA, blah, 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 blah. This guy's crazy. You damn right. Crazy like a fox. And if you can make yourself laugh, and maybe sometimes your wife, you know that by and large, you might just have a happy life. Maybe. Congestion is constant on Ethereum. Dude, layer 2s help, but they're like duct tape, man. Caulk and duct tape. The base layer design still struggles. You ain't gonna fix that moving train. Now somebody go fetch my sweet tea, now, child. You ain't gonna fix that moving train. Now, come on. Now, people get real with me now. Come on. Come to Jesus. Please. Please us. Will you please, everybody, come to the truth of what is happening in front of our face, and that Ethereum cannot be the Sherpa for global DeFi. Come on, guys. It wasn't built for that. And if you know anything about this stuff, you know that's true. And you would not have dumped everything into Ethereum if you saw the writing on the wall. So sorry, guys. I know all of you did it. I'm not mentioning names because I tend to start having problem. I don't want to do that. I want to be nice and kind to people. I also want to be truthful. And I am going to sound that alarm. Yes, I am. Because those two don't do what they would. Ethereum does what it was set out to do, crappily. Bitcoin is doing what it set out to do in a good way as far as the store value piece. Oh, it's succeeding. Oh, no. We got to be truthful. Bitcoin is succeeding and very successful and crushing it. Bitcoin is doing fantastic concerning its store of value aspect for now. We'll just have to see about that. Now, when it comes to XRP's promise and what it said it was designed to do, if you look at today's title, XRP does do what it set out to do and said it was going to do. The other two, as of now, Bitcoin's holding with the switcheroony it did on store of value. Remember, it did not start as a store of value. It started as a peer-to-peer network, realized it was a failure at that, and very quickly switched over to store of value narrative. We're a store of value now. Yeah, I'm doing that on purpose because I'm a truthful dude and they got first mover advantage on we're a peer-to-peer awesome. It's fine. Good. Good that it got first mover advantage. Way to pave the road. Way to blaze the trail, Bitcoin. Good job. But here's one that did actually, a cryptocurrency that does actually do what it set out to do and then some. XRP. Here's where things change now. XRP was built for one job now, child, to be the settlement layer for cross-border payments. Oh my gosh. Wow, what a novel idea here. What's XRP doing today, guys? Exactly that. 3 to 5 seconds settlement time. Pennies and cost. Welcome in. Gregson, welcome in. And totally awesome. Welcome in too, guys. Guys, welcome into the channel. Please tell me, I'll get to your comments in a sec, guys. Banks, institutions. Right now, Ripple has layered even more. RLUSD, its US dollar stablecoin, of course, is live with BNYML in custody. And moving forward, is Hidden Road brings XRP into the Treasury markets as well. BlackRock's BUIDL fund can be confusing. It's BUIDL. I feel like he's just moved that L, say build, move that L over one, but no, it's BUIDL, all in caps. Interesting little acronym. The BUIDL fund and Securitize connect tokenized assets directly into XRP's rails. Let me make an important distinction that annoys the crap out of me. CNN is not an acronym. That's an abbreviation. An acronym has to be able to actually be pronounced and said. Okay, that's kind of like what the main difference anyway. Smart contracts, I get crazy. And smart contract features like hooks expand functionality without breaking the core. Let's get to these comments. Aloha from Hawaii, Gregson. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining us from Hawaii. And XDC replaces ETH and Solana. I think so. And it could be some others better at least play. I don't know why I just did that really weird face. I was thinking very deeply. That was like the deep think on AI. You ever notice how it saps all your energy? All of a sudden your lights start flickering. If you ask AI a crazy question or whatever, and it has to really think, it starts sapping all your energy. I just did that for a sec. Anyway, XDC, yes, replaces ETH, and I think that's very much. Now look, totally awesome. First of all, I'm going to say you're totally awesome, and I hope you're totally right, because if you are, oh boy. Now, Marnie, you aren't saying, but I am. Ethereum, cheaters, uh-oh. Now look we don't want to start, thank you for your comments, guys. Hey, look, I don't want to start any crap here at Sporting on the channel. What I want to do is stay honest and be factual. And I want to be positive too. And I want to be encouraging and positive to those in the crypto space, as I always say, in the crypto world, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, Caspa, and I hold a number of these, by the way. I want them all to do well, as long as they're good players, they're good actors in the crypto space. Everything, all of that just moves our nascent industry forward, does it not? And our prices and all the stuff that we hold. Not financial advice. You see the cup I drink out of, though. So, Bitcoin, grateful for paving the way, says Marnie. Yes, agreed. Thank you for blazing the trail, the old Bitcoin. But the contrast, let's compare. Bitcoin tried to be money and it failed at that. It switched to store of value. Okay, good. It's winning and that's working. That's great. Ethereum tried to be the world computer. Of course, can't handle the load. XRP was designed to be a liquidity bridge, and that's exactly what it is and what it does. The irony is clear here because Bitcoin calls itself a hedge, yet it depends on the U.S. Treasuries via Tether to stay one-to-one backed. So how is that a hedge? Ethereum calls itself a global settlement layer, yet it breaks down when the usage spikes up, and the fees are indeterministic, meaning you don't know what they are, and they get higher. The more congestion on the network, the more activity. What the heck are you talking about? Oh my God, XRP simply says, hey, I'm a bridge asset and I deliver. That's what I do. And I'm signing up banks. And if you're not on with XRP and it's not financial advice, it's not our problem that you missed the freaking boat. Boom. Drops the mic. Boom. Can't drop it because it's hanging. Why does this all matter for ETFs, by the way? The kicker here, when ETFs buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're buying a narrative. Well, no. With Ethereum, they're buying real world activity on that. So it's more than a narrative. It's not true with Ethereum that they're buying a narrative. That's a misspeak. I misspoke. They're buying more than a narrative. They're buying a slow, clunky machine is what they're buying, the virtual machine. And that's fact positive. It's slow and clunky relative to the load it is expected to handle as of now and moving forward. And you can't argue that. You can't. That's why I get all crazy like that, because you ain't going to argue that. If you know this stuff, you know that you can't argue that. I spit the facts. That's what it is. I spit the truth. I'm not trying to dog Ethereum or Bitcoin, but I'm going to say the truth as I compare them to XRP and others, and XDC. Will compare them to XDC's a crusher. You see what's under the tank, under the hood of XDC? Oh boy, is it fast and incredible and scalable and quick and secure and it's like an XRPL. It's crazy. XDCs? Oh boy. And I know Casper, I understand Prove AI left and went to HBuy. I get it. But Casper Labs, oh boy. Zippity skippity zippity stuff. Now, when EFTs buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least Bitcoin, they're largely buying a narrative. Okay. When EFTs buy XRP, they're buying proven utility, and wait till you see the proven utility they're going to be buying. Wait till you see how much buying happens, and wait till you see the inflows of money. I just did another AI thing where I was thinking so hard that I sapped my energy real quick, like AI saps my lights when it thinks. Yeah, liquidity means the inflows are going to hit hard, guys. ODL or on-demand liquidity settlement demand and ETF demand will collide, people, please. The price elasticity is enormous. The thin liquidity suffering is enormous. This is why XRP is in a different league. And to wrap this up, wow, I don't mean to sound like Gutfeld there, but I do that and I get all excited. And I'm like, dude, stop ending your sentences with your trail off, the Gutfeld trail off. So here's the truth. Bitcoin and Ethereum are still trying to become what they were meant to be. But XRP already is, and that's why the institutions be lining up, baby. That time I did mean to rhyme. That time I was going to try again, but I felt it would be a massive fail. So I refrained, but I still told you. Anyway, totally awesome with the plug-and-play accelerator. It combines the two technologies. Ethereum is slow and gets hacked. Solana's fast but cracks at it. Yeah, all true. Good, you know your stuff. Good job, totally awesome. The accelerator makes Ethereum ERC. Yes, it does. And by the way, I'm not going to get into all these others. I got others for you too, by the way, that accelerate Ethereum, but other layer twos. But and the R3 is the best soul-based platform. Yep. Oh yeah, you'd be talking some R3 Corda. Yeah, the connection with R3 Corda and Ripple as well. With the R3, which is the DTCC who they chose for its DLT, and R3 chose XRP. Yup, all true. Nothing you're saying is not true. Yes, that's why we bought tons of XDC. You need to go through XDC for all the. I don't know about that last piece that you have to go through them for all the RWAs. But yes, Gilbert from Quant said they partner with R3. That's bringing and that just to, I know. Oh, I know. I've been following the. Totally awesome. Dude, you're totally awesome. Or if you're a male or a female, I'm guessing you're a male. Sachi, what's up? Let's go. Let's do this thing. All right. So I am going to continue here by showing you what I asked a question of AI because I wanted it to give me a talk. And I asked it to, and here's what I asked it. Yes, thank you. Here's an interesting point to bring up. When we consider Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, two of them are trying to be something they can't be. First, Bitcoin, it's trying to be a digital money and a payment system. And this is me talking. I asked this of AI. This is the questions I ask AI. I'm reading it back to you. This is what I asked it the other day. And it is just not going to achieve this on its own. Even if it uses Lightning, I still have a hard time believing it will work. Okay, so that's the first example. The second is Ethereum trying to be what it never really could be with its chain that holds all these smart contracts, runs all these smart contracts for affordable, reasonable price with deterministic fees, indeterministic fees, and a smooth flow, congestion, blah, blah, blah. The issue is that Ethereum was never created from its inception to be able to handle the flows that are on it, and we've only just started with crypto. So there's no way that Ethereum as a chain can carry the blockchain cryptocurrency up the blockchain mountain. Now, can it? I just don't see it. Now, thirdly, and conversely from the other two, XRP is the one that is designed to be exactly what it's being in the world, which is an on-demand liquidity cross-border transaction solution for, first and foremost. Secondly, the CBD RLUSD stablecoin aspect. Thirdly, the smart contract aspect, and so on and so forth. So, as a fast payment solution for cross-border agnostic currency exchange in 3 to 5 seconds for pennies, Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution with XRP is doing exactly what it was designed to be. However, Bitcoin is designed to be a form of payment, and it just can't achieve that. And Ethereum is designed to hold all the activities. I'm not being fair there because it did switch over to store value and it's able to do that successfully as of now. Very well, actually. And Ethereum and thank God, because it's holding the whole cryptocurrency market up. So I get it. I'm not dumb. And Ethereum is designed, I know where my bread's buttered. And Ethereum is designed to hold all the activities and smart contracts and everything on chain on it. And it just can't do that. So Bitcoin is supposedly a store of value, but how can it do that when it's simply tied to USDT Tether and the printing of it in order to be for Bitcoin to be propped up, and then USDT Tether, in order to keep its one-to-one backing, of course, has to purchase U.S. Treasuries. So how does that make sense? So it's intimately tied to the U.S. monetary system. So I don't understand how it's a store of value and a hedge against it. Do you understand my point here? How Bitcoin and Ethereum don't do what they actually are supposed to do in the world. However, XRP actually does. What do you think about all that? AI's answer? Yes, I follow your logic exactly. And I think you're putting your finger on one of the biggest truths in crypto that rarely gets said out loud. Two of the biggest three are aspirational. They want to be something they structurally can't be. XRP is the one that already exists, already is what it is designed to be. That's what AI answered back to me in bold. Let's break that down carefully, point by point, and then I'm going to tie the XRP's unique positioning together for you. And then it went on and gave me a talk. This is AI. Maybe AI is wrong, right? What do you think? Maybe AI is wrong. Anyway, totally awesome. I love what you're talking on XDC because, again, full transparency, we hold enough XTC to choke a horse. How dumb. These sayings are so stupid. We love the old XDC. XRP doesn't have an internal transaction. They have to flow through a smart contract. Yes, we are aware. XRP has EV, yes, Ethereum virtual machine, just like HBAR, but can't make its own contracts. Yes, as of now, yes. Thus they need, yes. Okay, true. So then tell me, totally awesome. Yeah, but XDC doesn't have the XRPL though. Totally awesome. You're totally awesome for commenting with all this, and I love that you're so into this. The technicalities of this. What do you have to say about they don't have the XRPL though? You may say they have the access to it, and I get that. But so are you saying that XDC is a stronger play than XRP, or are you just saying you just also love the XDC? Tell me where you're coming from. Totally awesome, and great job with the comments. Thank you. And not smart contracts, but it says Sachu. But remember, Toad, XRP works different than any crypto. You can issue RWAs on XRPL, which only is just the name IOU and not the real IOU, just another token or RWA. Guys, there's a lot of guys. You guys are awesome for getting into the minutia of this. I love the minutia of crypto, and I know you guys know that. That's why you guys found the right channel, because that's how I know. Excuse me, you guys are awesome researchers. That's how come I know you guys are going to make a ton of money in crypto. That's not financial advice, and I know I am too. So anyway, all that matters, we're here to make money. Guys, I love that you're in here commenting and going back and forth on all this stuff. Guys, let's just consider this, okay? XRP liquidity and price potential moving forward in 2026, and I don't even really care about the markets like that much. I mean, we'll look at it very quickly. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and get the old markets up for you. Okay. So, yeah, we're at a $3.88 trillion cryptocurrency market. We got 43 for fear and greed. Bitcoin's at 113,323, 327. Ethereum's at 4,166, and XRP's at $2.85. Good. That's cryptocurrency market. Don't forget, Caleb Brown, your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency brokerage. And check our affiliate link down below to find out everything that you need to know about Caleb and Brown. They also have an app that is downloadable, iOS app, that is now available, and find out why you don't want to get stuck on platforms that are crashing and so forth. This next bull run, this is not financial advice, it's my opinion. You want to be on something like a Caleb and Brown, where you can very quickly get your cryptocurrency off in a hurry while still keeping it on there with institutional grade Fireblocks security to guard your crypto. Fiat leak. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, fiat leak, $2.86 for an XRP. We're moving about 240, trading about 240,000 XRP in the last minute. Okay, good. That's great. I love it. Let's get back to the fun stuff. The market will be fun shortly here, and I won't be able to stay off that page. But as of now, we're waiting for the fireworks to begin. But XRP liquidity, guys, and price potential moving to 2026. Let's please remind ourselves what thin liquidity actually means. XRP trades on many exchanges, but the effective liquidity, that's the key word. The amount sitting on order books at each level is the effective liquidity, is relatively small compared to the scale of money that could come in, and that very likely is going. We're going to get a supply shock, by the way, because of this, with our ETF inflows coming up here shortly. Yeah. This is because, wow, this guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about. This is because a lot it's not really difficult to see. I mean, come on, the stuff does not take a genius, guys, to see. I mean, it's really simple to see the writing on the wall with this crypto thing, and which cryptos are about to go to $50, not a financial advisor, $50, $100, $200, $500, and they're literally sitting at 50 cents, 24 cents, 28 cents, $2.85, whatever, $2 and whatever it is, $1.84, I don't know. All these prices, who cares? They're about to be in the hundreds. And when you're scooping them at these low prices, oh geez, let's see. Let's do a quick little, now look it. Now look. Now I'm going CEO on you again. Now look. Hey, totally awesome. Now look. Here's the deal. Hey, Satchu. Look, here's the deal. When you're jumping in on crypto, and you're buying something like, do we want to take your beloved XRP? I mean, your beloved XDC, totally awesome. And it's beloved to me too, by the way, XDC. I love that XDC. We could take VeChain. We could take a few. Let's grab VeChain. All right, now VeChain. VeChain's got an all-time high of 27 cents or so. It's at 2 cents. Okay. Now, concerning VeChain, let's do this. Concerning VeChain, at 2 cents, let's see. Oh, I don't know. Let's just say I want to try. Come on, I saved some money. Stop being a wimp. 25 grand on VeChain. Stop being a wimp. All right, never financial advice at 2.021 cents. Grabbing a whopping 11, just about 12 million VeChain. Wait. No, 1.19 million VeChain. Okay. So 1.19 million VeChain. There you go. Times, I don't know, call it just $5. Totally reasonable. Totally reasonable. 5.9 mil, almost 6 mil for 25K. I love our calculator exercises, the obviousness of the truth and where some of this stuff is going. And some of you folks watching this right now, it's never financial advice, are about to be multimillionaires moving forward. You guys have no idea how high this stuff's going. It's going higher than some of the people in Colorado. Wait, what? Don't say things like that. Come on. Because it's a mile-high state. So here's the dilly. Some of these cryptocurrencies are going so high in price, and I can say it. Why can't I be Moon Guy? I have no financial career to protect. I'm a contractor. I learned this stuff like 6 years ago. So I am saying that I have, oh, thank you for my coffee. Why, thank you. Oh, mushroom tea. I call it coffee as a habit. It's not coffee. It is mushroom tea. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, there are two. And they're both mushroom tea, by the way. The deal is, guys, is some of this stuff is getting ready to go so high, higher than the folks in Colorado, Mile High City. I am telling you, ready to go so high that some of you would think you were high. You're going to be like, what is going on? My crypto portfolio, I just opened it up, my ledger, and it was at, whatever. I hold some HBAR, some XDC, some XRP, maybe some VChain, blah, 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 and some SUI, some Bitcoin, which I do, don't hold SUI. I missed it. I missed SUI, and I said, you know what, it's too bad. But I got some Bitcoin, I got some Ethereum, I got some Solana, as Raul Powell likes to say. I love Raul Powell, he's great. Yeah. Some of this stuff's about to go so high, higher than the folks in Colorado. So high, you'll think you were high. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on with the crypto. Am I a financial advisor? No, you're going to have to consult your registered investment advisor to verify the things I'm saying. Now, if you're a registered investment advisor, who of course had to take that Series 65 exam and pass that puppy, which I had got a good mind taking, it's not a curiosity's sake. See if I can get maybe like 3 wrong or something on it. I doubt it. I highly doubt that. I'll probably fail this thing. I've taken it like 5 times. I don't think you can. Truth be known, but it'd be good to take it though. Truth be known, registered investment advisor, your financial advisor that sits at your kitchen table. Hey, I mean, they know finance, and you're going to have to show them this video and show them how I continuously say, I am not a financial advisor. This is for educational and informational purposes only. Don't ever buy or sell anything because of what I say or do, because that would be foolhardy. You absolutely could lose your shirt, your pants, your socks, your glasses, everything in crypto. Do not buy or sell anything because of what I say or do. So show them this video with my saying that, and my also saying, do not ever buy XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, IOTA, Algo, VChain, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Show them my saying, don't ever buy those. Don't ever buy those. No. Ask them personally, he or she, if they're buying those behind the scenes. Besides what they're doing privately, off the record. Anyway, let's have a quick reminder on thin liquidity, guys, and I'll get to the comments in a minute, by the way. Thin liquidity it means basically, here's the deal. This is because XRP is held off exchanges by whales, okay? Ripple and long-term investors, okay? This stuff's being held off, okay? So thin liquidity means it doesn't take as much buy pressure. Remember, we talked about the batting averages. It doesn't take as much buy pressure or as bats to push the price or the batting average as high, right? Right. Stop screaming into the microphone, Frank. I'm sorry, guys. And stop talking third person. It's weird. What are you going to do? You got a YouTube channel. You got to. It's like you got 2 personalities going. Guys, when you have your first batting average, you hit a home run, you're batting 1,000. You strike out, you're now batting 500. It's cut in half because you only got 2 batting averages averaged in. When you got like 100 halfway through the season, 200 batting average, you have an at bat, it doesn't change it that much, right? Right. It's similar. I'm trying to help you guys to understand this. Those of you who don't get this, only a little bit has to come in the XRP ledger with these ETF inflows, and the price of XRP is going to go freaking crazy. You guys don't get this. You getting this? I know I don't want to be insulting. My wife says, don't say that to me. Because I'll say, now you get it. Now you understand it in my typical Italian way. And she's like, don't demean me. I'm like, oh, Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I knew you understood before. Don't worry. Typical Italians. Italians will do, hey, how was your vacation? Not so good, huh? Why are you immediately saying that? That's Italian. Come on now. We know us Italians. We grew up in Italian households. Come on. Guys, then liquidity is buy pressure, guys. It means that the order book gaps are wider. It means that there's not as much on there. It means that there's not enough there to meet. An example, if 50 million in inflows hits the XRP in one day, it can have a much larger effect than 50 million that comes onto Bitcoin because of all the play that's already on Bitcoin. Because BTC has far deeper liquidity and market making depth than XRP at this point. So when ETFs start funneling steady institutional flows, billions of dollars into XRP via these ETFs, the price elasticity or the sensitivity to new money, that's the sensitivity to the new money, is very, very, very high, like Colorado mountains. ETF inflow estimates. I'm all dropping down for you. Totally awesome. What are you talking now? XDC on September 14th was plastered on the big screens from the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, dude. XDC, some of these guys, and Steve, welcome in. What will a $100 XRP be worth in 10 years? I don't know. I'll pull the calculator out for you in a second. Hold on. Welcome in, Steve, by the way. Hey, yes, that's totally cool. See, getting attention like Ripple and XRP, baby, is XDC. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love me some XDC. I am so happy that I saw the light and I just sat there and bought XDC when it was down and when it was kind of medium. And I just bought. And I thought that would be funny to keep saying that, but it's not. It's very annoying. Sorry. Okay. How much is 100 XRP going to be worth in 10 years? Let's see. Let me just pull the flow calculator up for you. Okay. 100 XRP. It's at right now. Where it is now stands at, what is XRP's current price? $2.85 according to Corny Market Cap. So how much is 100 worth? I'm going to say 10 years? Here, I'm going to tell you that it's going to be worth approximately... hold on, it's very hard for me to see this. It's going to be approximately 100 will be worth about 1.5 mil. About 1.5 mil in 10 years. Which won't be a lot of money at all. So might want to grab a little more than that. Never financial advice. Yeah, 100 XRP is not going to be a lot now, child. All right, now that's the deal. We needed to be, some of you might have missed the boat on XRP. And that's not the worst thing in the world. We have to be honest. I missed the boat on Bitcoin. I got some, and I missed the boat on Ethereum, and I got some, but I missed the boat. And did I miss the boat on a Solana? I did. Although I jumped back in on Solana. I jumped in on Solana because I was going to jump in on Solana with just $1,000 one February, and literally 6 months later, if I had done that, I would have had like 1.8 mil. I was going to do 5K for, it ended up being almost 6 mil. And I did not pull the trigger. And it was only 6 months later when it ran. I was on a job site working on a project. And I looked at my guy and I was like, can you believe where Solana is? I literally I would be a multi-millionaire right now, not working on this job with you right now, buddy. You know, truth be told. And then I did buy a bunch when it went down. And so, who knows what happens? I like to be transparent. Who knows what happens with Solana? Is it too late to buy XRP? I'm saying no, Steve, because, and you know that I'm not a financial advisor, so you're never going to be buying or selling anything because of what I say or do, because I am not a financial advisor. So you better not be taking my advice. I will give you my opinion, and my opinion is as such as an educator and an entertainer. I really think that if somebody wanted to go ahead and put, I don't know, let's say somebody wanted to, while it's still going to be down for a little bit, take even just scrounge up over the next week's an additional 2K. Somebody can always do it. You got your vehicle breaks down something. Somebody can always scrounge up 2K. Okay, somebody scrounged up 2K and they bought for $2.85-ish. They bought a bunch of XRP and were able to grab another 700 XRP. So, Steve, to answer your question, after, fees on the exchange and so forth, if you grab the 700 XRP and it goes to, even in 10 years, let's just say 10K, which is very likely. That's not if you understand how XRP works and what it's doing in the world, that is not a far-fetched thing in 10 years. Not at all. In 10 years, that XRP is at 10K. That, on that 700, that would already have that individual at $7 million gains in 10 years. So I hope that helps you. And that's putting in a couple K. Now, if you put in, if it does performs half as well, obviously, you're only looking at 3.5K and you got to pay your taxes. Million, I'm sorry, 3.5 million, not 7 million. Now, if one wanted to go and not put in 10K, Steve, and you want to go put in 20K and double that, now you got yourself 1,400 of them. Now you're not looking at a $7 million gain, of course. You're looking at a $14 million gain in 10 years. And then you got to pay taxes and so forth. But knowing in 10 years that $14 million is not what it is today, because it's going to be worth less, right? Right. So consider all of these things, of course. So anyway, and consider we're going to be well into our new quantum financial system, and who knows what's going to happen to the value and the steadfastness and the strength of the United States dollar. Who knows where that's going to be in 10 years, given the strength and movement going further afield. Always moving further afield with BRICS, right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the BRICS nations, and the other 100 and whatever countries, how many have joined now? I don't know how many, that mean to squash the U.S. petrodollar, thereby, we know what the stablecoin move was, by the way, which is to help and assist the U.S. dollar and keep us the dominant reserve currency of the world. So I hope I'm not moving too fast for you with all this stuff. Newcomers, I hope I'm not moving too quickly for you. The guys have been in this space for a long time, and gals, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Trying to kind of bring you all up to speed real quick at halftime. That's kind of where we are. Guys, if we want to go dropping money on cryptocurrencies to the tune of thousands of dollars right now, some folks who do that, it's never financial advice. We're obviously going to be multi-millionaires in 5-10 years. It's common sense. It's the same thing that happened with the internet. Those who saw the internet early and researched some of these projects deeply, like a whatever it is, I pick an internet stock. Even the Yahoos and the whatevers did well. And of course the Googles. I mean, come on. Those who saw these things early got those for pennies to a couple bucks, $1, and of course sat for a while and are multi-millionaires today. This game is not won by being a knucklehead with a baseball cap on backwards in mom's basement, having a video game playing up in the corner on the screen covering cryptocurrency. And I'm not being rude when I say that. I'm being truthful. I'm being fair and honest about this. We need to be responsible and well-researched. I'm not saying those folks aren't. Some of them, I don't want to stereotype, some of those folks are, okay? But by and large, a lot of kids in crypto. But what I've seen actually over the last, I would say 3 to 5 years, is a nice vetting of, is a lot of serious players coming into crypto. A lot of serious, more well-thought, rationalized, rationally thinking, patient adults coming into the crypto space, and to older in their 40s and 50s and so forth and 60s, rather than and there's still the kids in the space. And there will always, and this is what's great about cryptocurrencies, it's a huge space. I mean, there's a lot. There's things for gaming, NFTs, and there's things for finance, and all types of things for cryptocurrency. There's room for all of it. We have so much more on our aggressive case here for ETF inflows that I want to continue on. And yes, I will get to comments in a sec. Excuse me. 5 to 10 billion inflows to the XRP ETFs in the first 6 to 10 months, January to June 2026. That's what I'm calling. Approx. We could have more. We could have 15 bill, but I'm saying 5 to 10 bill. Aggressive case could be 15, 25, a more aggressive case. Okay, we could see that. Now, BTC ETF saw 12 bill inflows come in, okay, in the first few months of approval. Ethereum's ETFs have attracted total 8 bill in AUM since launch, to show you the difference, okay? Not nearly the draw for Ethereum, because those who know. And I'm sorry, those of you who are holding Ethereum. Ethereum's jig is up. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. I am only going to spit out what I see as truthful stuff moving forward. It can't be fixed in the way it needs to be to handle what it needs to handle moving forward. This EVM. That's a truthful statement. Anybody who doesn't see that doesn't know cryptocurrency, or you just ain't being real with yourself and all of us. Now, XRP's smaller float and thinner liquidity means similar inflows could have a larger proportional effect on price. Something else to consider. Market cap math. Current circulating supply, 55 billion XRP. Market cap, of course, price times supply. So here are some scenarios. Let's give an aggressive case of 25 billion inflows coming in with these ETFs into XRP. 75 to 125 billion cap added over time. Okay, so that would create a cap of 300 to 350 bill, creating a $6 to $7 XRP price. Absolutely doable. And that's just that aspect. We're not talking about sentiment going absolutely ape once all the activity happens with ODL, the on-demand liquidity solution, working with all these banks and financial institutions. If I could drop this mic, I would. Okay, there's that. Technical context. If ETFs provide steady buying, XRP will likely break the July 2025 high of $3.66 and aim for the $4 to $5 zone first. Then liquidity plus ETF demand, guys, can create parabolic breakouts. And I'm going to bold that for you. Parabolic breakouts, baby, which are sudden jumps where order books just can't keep up. Oh my gosh, supply shocks. Supply shocks, multiple supply shocks. Historically, XRP has shown it can do 3 to 5x moves in months, no problem. When liquidity is thin, 2017 to 2018 bull run's an example before they got lassoed up by SEC. Lasso them up, they're getting away. Ripple and XRP are running away with the financial system. Quick, look over there, Jim, lasso them up. Lasso up that donkey and tie him up. Do the hog, tie him up and do the hog tie him up. Get him down on the ground, tie him up. Okay, now sue him. Okay, sue him. Keep him down there for a while. I hope we're having fun. Risks and caveats with the whole things, peeps. If macro conditions tighten, my people, please, federal liquidity withdrawal, dollar strength, ETF inflows could absolutely slow. If only 1 to 2 XRP ETFs attract real AUMs, others flop, the inflows may be low, and we could have a big old nothing burger and a dud. Ripple still holds a lot of XRP. If they sell heavily into the ETF inflows, it could cap price moves, and we could see a stutter. I don't see them doing that, but if they did that, that would be a big problem. Liquidity gaps works both ways now, peeps. If sellers appear or ETFs see outflows, then downside moves can also accelerate. So here's my guesstimate for 2026. Here's a conservative base guess. By mid-2026, we're looking at about a $3.50 to a $4.20 XRP for sure. Not a financial advisor. ETF-driven bullish case, even by just a couple being approved and modest money coming in. I am going to say we got a $5 to $6 XRP boom as a result of thin liquidity and a result of other happenings with sentiment increasing concerning XRP and the XRP ledger in the real world with banks and partnerships and all that happy horse crap moving forward. And I mean that in a great way. I don't mean happy horse crap. I mean awesome stuff. Now, aggressive top scenario. Multiple ETFs and strong inflows could see a $7 range with wick extensions possible. If mania builds and we can see some nasty wicks pop up past, to crazy levels to $8, $8.50, and then back down with big corrections and so forth. Who knows? ETF bullish case, we could see $5 to $6 very likely for the bullish and $7 to the aggressive range. So let's not remember, guys. Let's not forget that these levels don't require Bitcoin level flows. Okay, because XRP's liquidity is so thin compared to BTC and ETH and Ethereum. Even modest inflows, raising the voice high on purpose, a little bit annoying, Apologize. Even modest inflows from institutions can push XRP on a percentage basis to heights hitherto which have not been seen. Or something like that. Now, if you want, we can continue to map this out. I'm going to chill it and get to the comments because, I don't know, because we get tired of talking. Now, to the comments, what price would you stop buying XRP? Oh boy, good question. I don't know. Maybe, that's all relative, Steve, to answer your question. Given that I purchased XRP back in the 40-cent range, largely 30 and 40-cent range. So I can't say. Middle 40-cent range as an average, so I can't say. So it's all relative. I'm going to say that, so answer, now I'm not trying to be a wise guy. Answer your own question kindly. I'm going to say very nicely. I'm not being a jerk. I'm being nice. Answer your own question by, get on. I know you're on top of the research, but verifying the research that we're over the target with all the financial institutions, blah, 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 all the NDAs, whatever, 1,700, however many they are, always getting 300 plus financial institutions, which is a load of pooey. We know there's thousands at this point. We know that. So given what the part they're going to play in the world, and given that we're going over the new quantum financial system and they're connected with the WEF, the blah, 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 the whole thing, do all the research on XRP, know where they're going, know what the ledger is, know how much of the world has already bought into the ledger, know where XRP really is going, truly, honestly and truly, and how it's never disappeared, and just everything about their board and blah, 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 blah. Knowing that it's going to $5,000 to $10,000 with ease in about 10 years, with ease, it's just going to naturally do it. It naturally does it based on its usage. If you learn and know about XRP, you find out about it, you'll see this is the truth. It's not based on Moonboy hype. It's based on its usage in the real world, in our bank, and facilitating cross-border pay, amongst other things, for pennies in 3 to 5 seconds. So if we consider that, is it a problem buying it at $500, $300? Steve, probably not. So that's all up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. Turkey Base, welcome back in. Satu has an opinion. Wait, Steve is saying I'd say you want to get it below $3. Well, that's always wise. Yes, for sure. And I hope that helped to lay it down for you, Steve. And your moves, whoever buys whatever, you know what they say, and it sounds so mean. People say this, and I've heard my buddy say it so many times, but I do love it because it applies to me too. Cheers, Mike. Michael James microphone. I name my microphone, and when I get upset with it, I give it the middle name. Michael James microphone. Stop turning. But I do like to cheers my mic early in the morning. Nice job, Mikey. Yeah, my buddy would say to me, who got me into crypto, he's like, Frank, he goes, here's the deal. He's the real master. He's like, Frank, here's the deal. People deserve to get Bitcoin you get Bitcoin at the price you deserve to get it at. And it's like, not trying to be mean. I mean, you got some people like, I got Bitcoin at under $1. I'm like, wait, what? How the hell? I'm like, well, I did. I saw it and I saw the truth of it and I bought more, under $100 and boom, boom, boom. And you literally have $87 million right now from you purchasing it on your little basic, no, not to be demeaning at all, your salary you had, that was just that regular job you had, really? Yeah. You get Bitcoin at the price you deserve to get it at. Guys, I talk to a lot of people in my life, and I am not being rude or mean at all, and it's okay. I have friends and people in my life that have done, oh my gosh, what they've done financially. Really. I mean, we think that some people are impressive and we watch, they've got a few properties, but then I have some people that I know that have a lot of properties or have a lot of, and so I'm just like, wow. And they did it on their own. And they started when they were young, 18, 20 years old. I'm like, wow, these people are impressive. Jeez, what they've done with finance and everything. What a knucklehead I am, just struggling my whole life and not getting the money thing, really until like 5, 6 years ago, you know? And so now I do understand it. Now I get it. And so I see the truth is that some folks like you guys that are out there, Sachu and Steve and some of you folks and our regulars and totally awesome, but our regulars and Marnie and Monsager and some folks who aren't in here now, but and Two Paws we haven't seen. So if anybody knows, let me know how Two Paws is doing. I haven't heard anything from him, but uh, we're about to, and not financial advice. Some of this stuff, guys, is supposed to about to go so high in price that in like 5 to 10 years, if we sit and hold, some are not, but some are, that you guys even just purchasing at the price you deserve to get it for. You get Bitcoin at the price you deserve to get it for. You get XRP at the price you deserve to get it for. And it's not a mean statement. It really is an interesting, true kind of almost not a philosophical statement. It's one of those duh, Captain Obvious statements. Hilarious. Steve, I would like to say something, says Sachu. Personally, I would not look at only XRP since it's up already. Nice point. Nice point. Try to pair these some hedges. Sachu, I love you trying to help people. The thing is our community is cool. Not other communities are awesome too, guys, but people like Sachu helping out and Turkey Base as well. Thank you for coming back. And by the way, yeah, you have been absent recently, Turkey Base. Cheers and welcome back in. And I think, Turkey Base, are you UK right now? Are you UK time, afternoon time right now for you? Is it about 2 in the afternoon or so for you right now? Riddle me that, please. And Sachu, thank you for helping Steve, and I agree. And yes, a salute to the Italians. The Italians. Never forget Kicking and Screaming, the soccer movie with Dick Butkus, when he says, we need to win this game. He's like, what are we going to do? And Dick Butkus goes, put in the Italians. Yes, when it comes to football, the Italians. Steve, I would like to say personally, this is what Sachu says to one of our, trying to help one of the others in our community, which is why I love our community, and thank you, Sachu. Sachu says to Steve, I would like to say personally, I would not look only at XRP. It's up already. Try to find something to pair it with as a hedge, something that hasn't went up lately like IOTA. I agree. I'm going to agree with you, and let me help you with some more. And thank you, Sachu, for helping. And I'm going to help you. I'm not a financial advisor. Westchester, PA. Right on, man. I was in North Irwin area, Steve, for a while. Hats off to Pittsburgh. Hats off to their steadfast loyalty to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out, because every time I went to the grocery anywhere on a Sunday, every single person I'm telling you, almost every single person. You thought Denver Bronco fans had the Broncos jerseys on Broncos Sunday? Oh my gosh. Pittsburgh fans are crazy emphatical. Every single person had a Pittsburgh jersey on. It was crazy. Yeah, I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's awesome, man. I was in North Irwin for a while. Jeanette, Pennsylvania. Very small, old factory-ish kind of town. But rock on, man. Yeah, I was in Philly area too. I was in Upper Darby and Drexel Hill, and what a cool place. I loved PA, the city of brotherly love. Yes, sirree. I am from Connecticut, by the way, middle of the state, by the way. I hail from Connecticut, where they tend to be a little cranky sometimes, and they're all afraid of each other. Oh, don't touch me. No, I'm kidding. No, I love Connecticut. I love where I hail from. People from Colorado are like, calm down, Connecticut guy. It's okay. Your wounds are not so bad that we can't touch you. Don't worry. You're not that injured. We love you. Jesus loves you. Oh, boy. Yeah, no, Sachu. No, Sachu, good stuff. Hey, Sachu, no, good stuff. Sachu, good stuff. You were helping, and you are helping, and I'm going to help him further by saying I'm not a financial advisor, and here are some others. Let's consider VeChain. Let's consider for you looking at, because it's at 2 cents. So let's consider you looking at VeChain. Let's definitely consider you grabbing up some XRP if you can, and you got the financial means, and it's not financial advice. It's an opinion of what I would do if I were in your shoes. Here's what I would do. I would go look at, of course, obviously, Algo, IOTA. You're over the target. Sachu, you're over the target, and you're totally helping. Please don't take it as I was saying you weren't helping. You're totally helping. And good job, Sachu. Yes, IOTA, Algo, in my opinion. Some VeChain, some XLM, some XTC for sure. Quant maybe out of your range at almost, what is $100, over $100, whatever. I'm giving you the crushers, the future crushers. You want to watch out for SUI. You want to watch out for Caspa with a K. You already missed the boat on Ethereum and Bitcoin and Solana unless you got bigger dough. See, Bitcoin is the move for the millionaires now. People who are trying to get into Bitcoin and think they're going to make all kinds of money real quick in crypto need to pull out a calculator. I'm not trying to be a jerk. No. Yes, Sachu, you are awesome. Sachu, I hope you're getting the point. We think you're great. And Turkey Base, I think you're great. And Steve and everybody in here and Marnie, I think you guys are great. Monsager and some others, and I'm forgetting my peeps. You guys are awesome. We're here on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, and we're asking some questions because everybody is in here trying to make money on cryptocurrency. You have to understand that I'm not a financial advisor. However, I am someone, although I'm not a financial advisor, I am somebody who makes some money in crypto. Yeah. So you're watching a guy who knows what the heck he's doing. Yeah. You're also watching a guy who's a little bit weird. Yeah. You're also watching a guy who's not afraid to say what he thinks and is honest and is super intelligent. And who cares about ego? I could care less what you think about me saying that because it is the truth as I watch myself amongst my peers. Yeah, you got that guy. Am I a little crazy? Yeah. Am I a little annoying? Yes. Am I a little over the top? Yes. Am I well researched with cryptocurrency when it comes to all these projects? Yes. Am I a little freak show when it comes to researching? Yes. Do I spend most of my day pulling out AI, Google, going to whatever source I possibly can? I try to stay away from social, and I try to stay away from somebody's book they wrote because it's kind of just their opinion. Try to stay on more technical stuff, but yes. Do I do that? Yes. Am I a little weirdo and annoying with it? Yes. Can you see it now in the way I'm talking to you? Yes. But you have an incessant crypto searching bulldog on this channel, and that's who I am. I am a cuckoo for crypto, Cocoa Puffs for crypto. I'm cuckoo for crypto. I don't want to get in trouble for saying that, for taking that from the old 70s commercials. But I'm going to say that I really am. Toucan Sam was his name, and breakfast cereal was his game. Well, crypto's my game. And I'm telling you, I'm having fun. I can be Moon Boy if I want to be. I don't care what you think about me. You're not buying or selling anything because of what I'm saying or doing because I'm not a financial advisor anyways. Who cares? So I can clearly and cleanly and obviously say that a number of these projects are at pennies, 20 cents, $1, $3, Mr. Steve. And by gum, like they used to say back in the railroad days, by gum, George, I think he's got it. You go ahead and purchase some of these crushers that are going higher than the folks in the mountains in the state of Colorado in about 5 to 10 years, so high that you're going to say, wow, now I'm cuckoo for crypto. Cheers, Mikey, that I'm cuckoo for crypto puffs, crypto. It's what it is. You don't like it? Like Shooter McGavin says, later. See ya. Could care less. Those of you who are watching me right now and want to stay on track and continue, well, then God bless. No, I am not a financial advisor. Also know that this is for informational educational purposes only. Consult your RIA before you make any moves in crypto, because if you don't, you're being silly, because who am I but some crypto talking guy? What do I know about crypto? I know about as much as you guys. I'll get to comments in a second. I want to pull out a quick point though for Steve. Steve, let me give you a quick little thing. Okay, let me give you a fast on VeChain real quick. Okay, VeChain. Okay, we can go with XDC. Let's go with XDC. Because now here's the deal. All right, we can go with XDC. We got tokenomics at work because we got to consider tokenomics, by the way, when it comes to XDC. My good friend, who is it that's all over XDC that was going for it? Totally awesome. All right, totally awesome. I know you're all over XDC, and I totally get it. And by the way, go Birds, baby. Yeah, no problem. I know I'm a Bronco fan, but I love my Philly. I love my Philly. All right, here's the deal. I love my birds. All right, here's the deal. XDC is at 7 cents, 0.073 cents. Now, here is the deal, Mr. Steve. Let's quickly get over to XDC before I even pull that calculator out. Let's first very much get back to its, according to all-time high, is 19 cents, according to market cap. Corny market cap. Let's get over to a quick study on, let's just see what we have to say here about, hold on, let's just see. Let's go to Google. Stop with DuckDuckGo. I want google.com. And let's go ahead and see what we have concerning XDC. Let's see. Let's say XDC price in 5 years and just hit that. And we know what's going to happen, by the way, which is why I'm going to do this and go to AI mode. And then I'm going to do this, and it's totally going to give us garbage. Look at what AI does. Maximum price by 2030, 53 cents. I mean, guys, if you are laughing your asses off about that right there, are you freaking kidding me? You're kidding me, right? Okay, so now people are going to go to AI and take that and say, oh, okay, I think that might make sense. Guys, AI is only as good as AI. Here's the deal. Let's go further. Let's do this. Let's go to all. And let's go to real world adoption with evidence cited. Whoops. With evidence cited. Now, you're going to have a hard time hiding from this AI because you have to, I mean, you know, everybody's going to call you out and fact check you if you go try to put out some stuff that's not the real world information that everybody knows, right? Because those are just guesses. AI can do that to steer you in the wrong direction with price. But let's see, because they're going to do the same thing. They're only going to give you what they want to give you. SPI Group and R3 Corda. Okay, so right. IMDA, TradeFinex, ISA 20022, messaging, of course, real world assets, connection with RChex, plug and play, tech center, just to name a few. 21 shares, launch CTP products. We got more. We got ETFs coming for XDC, which was announced some weeks ago. Institutional and government involvement with XDC. They're also putting all the U.S. patents on the blockchain. They also are the player in digitizing trade finance, of course, as we're seeing here. Institutional and government involvement, XDC networks, enterprise-grade features, and regulatory focus have attracted major institutional and government partners. Deutsche Telekom, MMS, German telecommunications giant, Brazilian. Now I sound like the guy that's not for financial advice that just keeps going and going and going and going. Got to take a breath. Brazilian government, SER, Pro. Why do I hold XRP? It starts off all slow and he continues and he just starts going like off the rails. Zanzibar government, Mica Crypto Alliance, enterprise-friendly features, hybrid architecture, high-performance XDC 2.0. XDC has tokenomics that I don't love. It ain't gonna stop it from going to the moon now, child. Somebody go fishing that sweet tea now, child. That's what's going on with, why is he talking like that? Because he's crazy, that's why. In case you haven't noticed, I'm cuckoo for crypto puffs. Here's the deal, people. Those who have the eyes to see. Now, look at it's at what, 7 cents? Let me finish my point there. What is it at, 7 cents? What'd I say? 7 cents. What was I talking? XDC at 0.073 cents. Now, let's use our heads, Mr. Steve. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. But any knucklehead like myself can see that if I go and take, $25,000, it's not financial advice, it's a calculator exercise, and I multiply it by where XDC is going, And, oh, let's split the difference at 7.5 years, and let's split the difference in price and be reasonable and say, even with its tokenomics not being so lovely, I am going to say that XDC can very simply, very easily, I'm going to call it $350 in 7.5 years. Now I'm going to call it $550 is more reasonable. $550 for an XDC is reasonable. It could be $2,000 in 5 years. I mean 7.5 years. It could. Yes, it most certainly could. Oh, don't tell me it can't. It can. It depends on what happens. NFL season starts. We have what, 16 games, whatever, 18, whatever, how many games till you get to the Super Bowl? You got injuries, all these things that can happen. Game 2, game 3, who knows? We also got acquisitions and things and injuries that can happen to the other team, and all of a sudden you thought that team was going to win, but here come Philly out of nowhere. What? Winning the Super Bowl? What? This year? No, who knows, Broncos could happen with Broncos. If these high-priced players, teams get hurt, all of a sudden Broncos, oh boy, and they win the Super Bowl. You never know. All right, look at that. Would have you at 13.75 mil. 25K put into XDC in 7.5 years if it goes to $550 a coin, which it absolutely can. Remember, guys, coins run on that network on their own, and a token runs on another, like an ERC20, like on an Ethereum or something, right? So XRP is a coin running on its network. So 3.75 mil for dropping in $25,000 on an XDC right now when it goes to $550 in 7.5 years. And that is a guess by me. That is a calculator exercise. What do I know? What do I know in this world concerning cryptocurrency? Who knows, guys? Who knows? Let's get to some comments. H-bar any good? Oh, geez, I don't know. Let's take a quick look at H-bar and see if that one's any good. And I'm not trying to be a wise guy. Let's go take a look and see. And I'm just going off basically you can verify everything that I'm saying right here that I'm researching, right? But let's take a look and see. And I know H-bar is good, but let's go ahead and say, do the same thing and simply change this to H-bar. It doesn't mean we're just going to go with AI. We're going to continue and research further. This gives us a clue moving forward, though, to verify what AI is saying, of course. Geez, let's see. What's it saying about AI? About H-bar. H-bar, the native cryptocurrency of Hedera Hashgraph. First of all, understand the Hedera Hashgraph. Hedera, it runs on Hashgraph technology, which is not blockchain technology. It's a little bit different. Mance Harmon and Lehman Baird are the two founders of H-bar. Lehman Baird's a guy right over here at NORAD, right over here at, which they said they're moving at, who knows. Not too far from me over at Colorado Springs, hours away from me here in Colorado. Lehman Baird's professor, Navy professor, scientist, Air Force professor, mathematics professor for the Air Force, and creates, he and Mance Harmon create H-bar. And there are a couple of geniuses, in case you haven't noticed. If you know anything about them or watched any videos, please dig deeply into H-bar and find out the truth. So H-bar is crazy. It's like you can use this Hashgraph technology, and with a clunky, not that this is, but if you had a clunky dumb phone before the smartphone, you still could, like with Hedera, you could use mapping technology on that phone, and it uses so little data that you could use it on that crappy, clunky, no memory phone. And you could literally plug it in with like your drone and like fly your little drone with it with the mapping, which usually would require like a smartphone to keep up with that kind of data. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but I'm pretty sure I am. To a degree, I'm correct on that, is that's what Hashgraph technology allows for. It allows for dumb instruments that don't have a lot of memory or whatever to run some really like advanced stuff. It's one thing that it can do. One thing. H-bar splits money up into bars. They call them bars. Also, it can be used for cross-border transactions and be border agnostic and run through and trade out, whatever it is, Mexican pesos for USD and things like this very quickly. Similar to what, don't worry, XRP and ODL are fine. it performs these functions as well, and also performs micropayments and things like that. So there's your quick little update from the tanker before I get to AI's explanation with more real-world adoption and proof that HBAR is looking at. I know tokenomics play into this whole thing, and so do injuries and so forth, quote unquote, where things can happen. However, HBAR has signs of only, how about the HBAR Foundation? My goodness, including some massive major players really setting their foundation up properly and their chain up properly, in my opinion, is HBAR. Boy, that's why I went and got myself a whole bunch of HBAR. Why wouldn't I have? I got them a long time ago because I was on this stuff a long time ago, and there's always a bigger fish. You've got folks who are on top of this stuff. HBAR only came out some time ago, but you have stuff that people that are on top of this stuff before the 2017, 18, before that run. These guys were on top of this stuff. Some of these guys became very wealthy. There's always a bigger fish. There's always somebody who was in earlier than you or me. So don't take solace in knowing that Steve, you being in now in the comment section, you being in now, take solace in knowing that you're going to be early. You're going to be considered early by folks who come in 3 to 5 years into cryptocurrency and so forth. And so on and so forth. So let's get to this screen share and cover your HBAR real quick with AI. HBAR is a native cryptocurrency Hedera hash graphs and moving real-world assets adoption through various applications and partnerships with major institutions and enterprises. HBAR is primarily used to pay transactions, fees, enable micropayments, and protect the network through its proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. Now, examples of HBAR's real-world adoption. Enterprise solutions. Hedera is utilized for secure data sharing, supply chain management, and other enterprise-grade applications due to its scalability and energy efficiency. Okay. Asset tokenization. Hedera has been used to tokenize assets, including BlackRock's ICS Treasury Fund. Supply chain transparency. Avery Dennison uses Hedera for product authentication and supply chain transparency. Financial system. Hedera has been integrated with Swift to streamline financial. Bet you didn't know that. Has been integrated with Swift to streamline financial transactions and asset transfers. Don't worry. XRP and the XRP ledger are fine. Performing the majority of this function. And Lloyd's Bank and also Aberdeen Standard have reportedly used Hedera for asset settlement. Cross-border settlements. Standard Bank reportedly uses HBAR for cross-border settlements. Bet you didn't know that. As I mentioned earlier, processing 493 million monthly and with 92% faster settlement times. Boom, HBAR drops the mic. No problem. XRP and its ODL solution are fine, guys. They're going to be crushing it in the world. Don't worry. It's just there's going to be more players performing this. Guys, it's a big need. You really think XRP or the XRP ledger are the only ones going to be doing this thing? Come on. Get real. Okay, identity management services now. Identity platform utilizes Hedera's decentralized identity solutions to protect enterprise customers to reduce fraud in the state of Texas. Let's get over here because I think it plays a little better. Let's do that. Let's continue, though. In the state of Texas, it is also exploring Hedera-based digital identity solutions. Healthcare organizations are adopting Hedera for secure patient data management, tracking pharmaceuticals, and enabling interoperability between hospitals. Just like VeChain is also with QR codes in your phone, tracking via QR codes. Those things that you get in your arm and things like this. I can't think of the name of it right now, but just like medicines and things that can't fall below certain temperatures, they verify with a QR code once they arrive the authenticity of the temperature that it's been kept for also, heart transplants and organs and things have to be kept at certain temps in transit. Things like this. Yes, I injected VeChain into there, but there's another thought for you because VeChain is doing massive things with healthcare, and I needed to throw that in there. NFT, but so are they. So is HBAR. NFT marketplaces is HBAR. LG Art Lab has integrated HBAR hash graph for its NFT marketplace as well. Key adoption matrix for Hedera: 17 Fortune 500 companies and 39 global organizations Hedera has secured documented adoption from them. In Q2 2024, enterprise implementations of HBAR processed 528 million transactions worth $4.2 billion. There is statistically significant correlation between HBAR's price and network transaction volume over 60-day periods. Key qualitative insights: HBAR's technology, including its fast transaction speeds, low fees, and energy efficiency, differentiate it from traditional blockchains. Hedera is governed by a council of global corporations, including Google, IBM, and LG. Well, oh my gosh. Hey guys. Hey guys. I really don't know what to say. I mean, AI could absolutely be that's evidence-based stuff from AI though. And that's AI talking. Go do deeper research to see the truth on some of these projects and see how you're not too late on a lot of these projects. I hope we've helped this morning. So many people jump out when you asked, hey Steve, you asked on HBAR, by the way. Sachi says, you're giving me FOMO, Toad, and I'm still trying to stack my flare. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, let's get to some comments here. Totally Awesome says, Quincy Jones, lead the know Quincy is, yep, said XDC and XRP have had extremely high and had to be extremely high in value to work. Yes, they do, for sure. And so did Schwartzy Boy. Yep, for sure. They have to be. Guys, thank you for joining us. And I appreciate you guys commenting. And I love that you guys are over the target. Totally awesome. And Sachu and Steve and all the others who are in here on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy joining us in the comment section. Thanks for making it real. Thanks for making it large. Thanks for sticking in with patience in this crypto space, knowing that we are going to be about as big as a barge moving forward. If you search your memory banks, you'll see there was a rhyme way back in there. I hope you have an awesome day. I hope it goes great for you. I hope I haven't bored you too much with all the stuff I gave you today. I hope you learned something. I hope you got excited. I hope you stayed positive and encouraged during these times where we're waiting for all of this stuff to shoot to the frickin' moon. Have the smiliest smiley of days. Enjoy it, please, people, please, on this lovely Tuesday, the 30th, coming to you live from sunny Colorado's Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy at 8:30, 23 Mountain Time with the tanker. Tap that like and subscribe. And I only spit in the mic when I get excited. Have an awesome day today. Keep that smile up